Welcome to Mysteries to Die For and this toe tag. I am TG Wolff and I'm here with Jack, my piano player and producer. This is normally a podcast where we combine storytelling with original music to put you at the heart of a mystery. Today is a bonus episode that we call a toe tag. It's the first chapter from a fresh release in the mystery, crime, and thriller genre. And today's featured release is Love and the Divorce Lawyer by Barbara Newhart. Okay, we are going to do chapters 1 and 2. You'll see why as we dive into it. Make sure I got everything in the right place. All right. Chapter 1, Ann Compton, almost 4 years ago. Ann placed the empty gun carefully on the table, then folded her hands next to it. Moments earlier, to prevent the judge from granting their divorce, she fired it at her husband. She and Peter had shared such wonderful dreams of their lives together, but that was a long time ago, before he broke their vows. For that, there could be no forgiveness. And yet, he escaped a sentence, all because of her interfering lawyer. Ann peered down at the floor of the attorney Josie Jensen, the woman she hired to prevent the divorce, and who had failed her. To add to her treachery, Jensen stepped in front of the bullet meant for Peter. Now, the divorce would go forward, thrusting Ann with him into eternal damnation for his sins. In the hallway outside, footsteps pounded the marble floors. The courtroom's double doors burst open, shattering glass and splitting wood. Ann met the panicked eyes of her former fiancé, followed by the first responders. She smiled as a single tear dropped to her cheek. Chapter 2. Present day, Josie Jensen, Thursday afternoon. Face it, Josephina Jensen, you're a divorce lawyer. No, brother dear, the almost 41-year-old corrected as she twirled the stem of her wine glass on the bar. I have a shattered pelvis and an assortment of scars from a couple bullet wounds to prove I was a divorce lawyer. She held her cane up in the air. I am now a law school professor. Reaching for his beer mug, Dan Jensen flashed his perfect Bachelor of the Year grin. I've got a great case for you. The divorce part is over. Judge Myers awarded the wife $6 million, plus a few million more in assets that are all in the husband's name. Let me guess, Josie interrupted, concentrating on opening the package of oyster crackers that arrived with her fish chowder. The husband refuses to authorize the transfers. Correct. All you have to do is help the wife, now the ex-wife, collect. Out of patience, Josie yanked the cellophane hard, spewing the contents in all directions. Oh, good grief. Dan swallowed a forkful of baked scrod and rice pilaf as she retrieved the crackers. The couple has a chain of high-end grocery stores. They made a ton of money over the years. Plus, the stores are still operating. When Josie didn't respond, he stilled her hand with his and gave it a quick squeeze. You've got this. You're a bloodhound when it comes to cases like this. It's easy money for you. She glowered at him over her gold-rimmed glasses. I remember you flying around the house in superhero costumes. She removed her hand. Those gorgeous eyes and that infamous charm get you nowhere with me. Deadpan serious now, Dan leaned in close, speaking fast. The wife is Amy Castle. She's a cousin on my mom's side. 2 years ago, I referred her to Barry Woodward because you were still recovering from your injuries. Barry did a fantastic job on the divorce. Sadly, he also put the moves on Amy, and they had an affair. Dan shook his head. Really poor form. She learned over the weekend that he was married and she fired him. So, would you please help her? Josie sat back and tackled one piece of information at a time. First, their family tree. She and Dan shared the same father, but had different mothers. Yes, that could result in unknown cousins. Next, she considered the aforementioned lawyer. Isn't Barry on his third wife? Dan resumed eating. The fourth. She knows about the affair, too. It's a disaster. Josie balanced a piece of salmon on her soup spoon. So I'd really be doing this for you, right? to help ease your guilt over referring a family member to a brilliant sex-addicted lawyer with commitment issues? He tilted his head. Well, yes. And for Amy, an innocent victim of love taken advantage of by her now ex-husband and deceived by her lover. When Josie didn't respond, he added, she'll pay you $100,000 up front, and you can bill her a C note an hour. There's plenty more after that if you need it. As if on automatic pilot, Josie's mind started listing each step of the process needed to hang the ex-husband. Then the sane, less greedy side of her brain kicked in. Stop! You don't do that kind of work anymore. Dan squeezed her hand again. Please? Her resolve wavered. This not-so-humble lawyer-of-the-year type guy, who just offered her a case other lawyers would beg for, was her lifelong best friend and confidant. He also rarely said please. Twice. She pushed aside the shouter and swiveled in the bar stool to face him. I hate you. His broad smile beamed. You love me. He picked up his cell. Can I call her? She's waiting in the parking lot to meet with you. Josie grabbed his hat. I'm making no promises. Agreed. Just speak with her. She scratched the scar on her chest. Who's representing the ex-husband? Dan's cheeks and neck blotched red. Oh yeah, about that. He rose and tossed a bunch of bills on the bar. Warning bells erupted in Josie's brain. She grabbed the helm of his designer suit jacket. Daniel Gabriel Jensen. Who is it? Do you remember Richard Diamond? All right. So there you have chapters 1 and 2 of Love and the Divorce Lawyer. You see why I didn't stop at chapter 1. Chapter 2 really sets up the start of the book. So here is our review. Love and the Divorce Lawyer is a legal drama. Divorce attorney Josie Jensen transitioned from divorce attorney to family law professor with the client's bullet shattering more than her hip. Now her half-brother is pulling her back into the game. As Josie agrees to help, she's thrust into her own marital drama and ensuing divorce. Nothing is sacred in the no-holds-barred world of dissolution. Bottom line, Love and the Divorce Lawyer is for you if you find your thrills in cunning drama. So Love and the Divorce Lawyer is a multi-layered story that follows Josephina, Josie Jensen, as she reluctantly returns to the dramatic world of divorce representation. We see her rewarding and comfortable life as a law professor, obviously not in chapter 1 or 2, and her battle with the aftermath of the shooting that left her using a cane at 40 years old. Her first case representing Amy Castle is shown in detail with introductions to other cases. We see her own marriage crumble as she struggles with being in the position of the client. Also featured is her frenemy relationship with notorious attorney C. Richard Diamond, and her volunteerism with her synagogue, where her half-brother is the rabbi. All of these elements combine for a full story depicting a woman at the height of her career with a full life. The title, Love and the Divorce Lawyer, in my opinion, is somewhat misleading. When I picked up the title, I was expecting a cozy mystery, which is what it is listed as on Amazon. In my opinion, this is a legal thriller or a legal drama with thriller elements. The language is too strong for a cozy. While there's no F-bombs, there is the regular use of lighter cursing that's atypical of cozies. And the, quote, cozy element, whatever that catchy, quilting, knitting, cooking thing, it's missing, as is the mystery. So in this reviewer's opinion, this is misshelved as a cozy mystery, but Love and the Divorce Lawyer shines as a legal drama. Why drama? Because this book is all about relationships, and with relationships comes who does what to whom and what they do back. So let's list some of the relationships. We have Josie to her soon-to-be ex, Josie to Richard, Josie to her brothers, Josie to her client, Amy Castle. Then we have Richard to his client, Malcolm Castle, Richard to the whole Jensen family, Amy to Malcolm Castle. Some of these are healthy relationships, but most are not, hence the drama. It becomes obvious to the reader that someone is stalking Josie long before Josie or the other characters realize this. The concept of the reader knowing more than the characters is a thriller characteristic, and the thriller elements created misplaced tension, keeping the characters guessing and setting the story up for a satisfying ending. Josie is the storyteller for a large part of the story. She definitely directs her own path when it comes to her cases and dealing with her soon-to-be ex-husband. Again, the drama. When it comes to the thriller, Josie plays more of a victim than a hero role, not taking a lead in investigating and resolving the issue. Richard is our other primary storyteller, and with him, we see the counterpoint to Josie's cases. He tunes in more to the thriller storylines, taking the hero role there. Readers who love a good bad guy, or when heroes play a little dirty, may connect here. Josie and Richard are intelligent, skilled attorneys who are professionally engaged to destroy other people in the name of representing their clients. While I could appreciate their skill and respect their dedication to their clients, I personally had trouble liking the characters. Readers for whom character likability is a major factor may also struggle with this. Lovers of legal dramas and thrillers will find a lot to sink their teeth into with Love and the Divorce Lawyer. The multiple storylines and the point and counterpoint legal moves gives you heroes to cheer for and villains to jeer for. Love and the Divorce Lawyer was released from White Rose Press and is promoted by Partners in Crime Tours and is available from Amazon and other book retailers. Links are in the show notes. Now let me introduce you to Barbara Newhart. Barbara enjoys reading and writing stories that contain a little sprinkle of romance, tossed into a great mystery or thriller, where the characters dodge and weave their way through this crazy adventure we call life. In addition to Love and the Divorce Lawyer, Barbara has written Legally Yours and Finally Yours as Kimberly Whitmore. You can catch up with Barbara on her website and her social. Links are again in the show notes. Wondering what to read after you finish Love and the Divorce Lawyer? Partners in Crime Tours is your ultimate destination for all things mystery, crime, thriller, and cozy. Since 2011, they've been working to fill bookshelves with gripping and heart-pounding reads. Discover new mystery series and connections with other fans with Partners in Crime. Look up Partner in Crime Tours on the web or your favorite social media. Guess what? Links are in the show notes. And authors, whether you're looking to promote your latest thriller, discover a new mystery series, or connect with fans of the genre, PICT has you covered. Check out their promotion options that come with the personal attention of a dedicated coordinator. And then finally, join us next week for Season 8, Anything But Murder, Episode 11. It's Hoodwinked and Bamboozled by me, TG Wolff, where industrial espionage is our murdered list crime. All right, Jack, the floor is yours. Take us out.